tell me a little bit more about yourself. So, a little bit more about yourself. So, apa lagi yang kamu bisa kasih tahu tentang dirimu waktu di perkenalan? So, you can start with your job. What do you do? So, there are several ways that you can say what you do. Ada beberapa cara yang kamu bisa pakai untuk memberitahukan apa pekerjaanmu. So, I will start with student. Okay, saya akan mulai dengan student untuk adik-adik yang masih sekolah. So, the way you will say is, I am a student. I am a student. Or bisa dipendekkan jadi I'm a student. I'm a student. Student. Jadi bukan bacanya student, 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 student. I'm a student. And then kemudian bisa dikembangkan dengan I study at. I study at. Okay? I study at SMA Negeri 1. And then you can also kembangkan, you can also develop that di kelas berapa. So you can say I am in year 3 or I am in year 1. Okay, so you can say I'm a student. I study at SMA Negeri 1 and I'm in year 3. Di Inggris, di sekolah SD namanya elementary. Oh, elementary itu biasanya di Amerika. Di Inggris dibilang primary. Primary school itu SD, secondary school itu SMP. Kemudian di sini tidak ada SMA, tetapi ada seperti sixth form itu seperti high school begitu. So you can have those 3 sentences and you can join it all together. So you can say, I'm a student at SMP Negeri 1 and I'm in year 3 in my secondary school, like that. Okay, so that's for the students. And what's for if you have a job or if you don't have a job? There are several ways you can use to explain, to say about your job. Firstly, yang pertama, I work at, and then the place. I work at Hadi Supermarket. You can also say I work for. I work for Department of Agriculture. I work for Bank Nasional Indonesia. And then another thing that you can say is I work in, and then you say the field. So for example, you say I work in marketing. I work in banking. I work in conservation. Something like that. So it is a field. It is bidangnya yang dikasih tahu. Kemudian ada juga yang bisa dipakai I work as a teacher. I work as a nurse. And then the simplest way to say also is I'm a teacher, I am a nurse, I'm a student, or I'm a housewife. Okay, so that's about how to introduce, how to say about your jobs. Jadi ada beberapa cara untuk mengatakan, menjelaskan tentang pekerjaanmu. So you can choose whichever way you want to introduce your job. Okay, I hope that is clear. The next things that you may say or you may talk about when you are introducing yourself is about your hobbies, your interests, the things that you like doing. So this is how you would say about your hobbies. Firstly, you can say I enjoy. You can say I enjoy, kemudian di followed by the verb, kata kerja, tetapi harus ada ing di ujungnya. So you can say I enjoy cooking, I enjoy running, I enjoy reading, I enjoy fishing, for example. I enjoy taking photograph. So enjoy always followed by verb, kata kerja, kemudian ada ing-nya begitu. And then also you can say, kamu juga bisa pakai I like. I like cooking, I like shopping. That's not hobby. So like, enjoy, sama juga dipakai verb, kemudian dibentuk yang ing. Kemudian ada juga I love cooking, I love fishing. So di situ bisa ada lihat bedanya. Persamaannya semuanya dipakai verb kemudian ing. So I enjoy cooking, I like cooking, I love cooking. Tapi ada beda moodnya. Kalau bilang love, it means that you really, 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 really like it. Okay? So if you use I love cooking, and compare dibanding dengan I like cooking, it doesn't have the same strength. Jadi kalau bilang I love cooking, it means you really, really like cooking. So that's the way you can choose which one you want, according to how you like it, how you really like it. Okay? Or you can say I'm very keen on something. So like that you can say I'm very keen on cooking, I'm very keen on fishing. Saya suka, saya enjoy fishing, saya suka memancing, seperti begitu. You can say that. So there are several ways. So I enjoy, I like, I love, I'm very keen on. So take your pick. You can choose anything, which one that you want to use when you expressing your hobbies or your interest. Okay? Okay, what's next? So, tell me a little bit about yourself. Okay, mungkin tentang keluarga. So, about your family. So, maybe you say about your mom and dad. Kalau masih anak-anak tinggal di rumah, you probably will say about you live with your mom and dad. And then you probably also say about you have brothers and sisters. Jadi mungkin ada siblingsnya, brothers and sisters. Or maybe you can say that you have a pet or pets. So mungkin ada hewan piaraan di rumah, something like that. So those are the things that you probably will say when you introduce yourself. So itu hal-hal yang biasanya kamu mungkin membicarakan waktu kamu memperkenalkan diri kamu dengan orang yang baru. So let me show you, let me teach you how to say those. Okay, so you can say I have 3 brothers, or you can say I have 3 siblings. Siblings means saudara, jadi tidak jelas apa perempuan atau laki-laki. Contohnya saya bilang saya ada punya 3 saudara laki-laki dan 3 saudara perempuan. Saya bisa bilang I have 6 siblings, or I can say I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters. 3 brothers and 3 sisters. Okay. Kalau lebih dari 1 harus pakai S di belakangnya untuk yang regular noun. Sisters lebih dari 1. Sister cuma 1. Okay, so I have 6 siblings. If you are an only child, kalau kamu anak satu-satunya, you can say I am an only child. If you're an adult, kalau kamu orang dewasa, you probably want to say about your family. So you can say, I live with my family. I have 3 children, for example. I have 2 children, or I have 1 child. Children. Yang itu kata bendanya irregular ya. Jadi kalau cuma 1 dibilang child, kalau lebih dari 1 dibilang children. Nanti kita bahas waktu kita sampai ke topik yang itu. And then you can extend it. So you can extend it to bilang bisa diperkembangkan jadi bilang I have 2 children. So for example, if you're an adult, you can say, contohnya kalau kamu seorang orang dewasa dan punya anak, you can introduce yourself dengan about your family by saying I live with my family. I have 2 children, a boy 7 years old and a girl 2 years old. So then you can have a nice, good sentence that is very clear and correct, flows nicely. You can say, I live with my family. I have 2 children, 7 years old boy and 2 years old girl. Like that. Okay. Okay, so that's about your family, and then you probably can say a little bit about your pet if you have pet. So you can say, I have a pet dog, or I have a cat, or I have a dog, or I have two dogs, or I have three dogs, for example. And then you can say their names. That will then enrich your conversation, that will extend your conversation. And that's basically it. Okay, so you can see that I don't talk about age. Jadi saya sudah selesai mengajarkan semua topik yang biasa kita bicarakan waktu kita pertama kali bertemu dengan orang. You can see that I did not talk about age. Kamu bisa lihat bahwa saya tidak membahas tentang age, tentang usia atau tentang umur. Karena, because in the real situation, di situasi yang sebenarnya, seperti di Inggris, we do not talk about age. We tend to not talk about age. Jadi tidak perlu untuk mengatakan berapa usia kita, dan kita tidak bertanya kepada orang yang kita baru ketemu berapa usia mereka, karena itu sangat cenderung sangat tidak sopan. So you don't talk about age unless in a certain situation. Jadi kalau ada situasi-situasi yang tertentu, for example, if you are in an interview for a job, or you are in interview for a scholarship, for example, you may be asked about your age and you can tell about your age. But for most situation, you don't actually ask. You don't actually need to say your age. Jadi dalam situasi biasanya percakapan tentang usia itu sama sekali tidak ada. Okay, but I will still teach you anyway. I will just tell you. You can say, I'm 43. Seperti saya 43. So I can say, I'm 43 years old. Or you can say, I'm 43. That's basically it for today. The lesson that you learn is we don't talk about age. Okay, so apalagi waktu pertama kali kita ketemu seseorang di perkenalan pertama, we don't talk about age and we don't ask about someone else's age. Okay, jadi itu yang perlu diingat karena that is very rude. So to sum up, I want to introduce myself. So to practice, hello, my name is Mercia. You can call me Mercy or you can call me Eci. I am 43 years old. I have 6 siblings, 3 brothers and 3 sisters. I was born in Manokwari. I grew up in Manokwari, but now I live in England with my husband. I have one pet. It's a cat and his name is Adam. And I work as a teacher. I am an English teacher and I love walking. I love being in nature. Okay, so now over to you. You can create your introduction and be prepared for the Zoom class bagi yang subscribe, so you can join in the speaking class with me through Zoom. So be prepared, make your notes, following the things that we have learned today. Jadi ikut semua yang kita pelajari hari ini, buat sebagai satu percakapan, satu introduction, so then you can speak it. You can practice speaking with me and your class in the Zoom class. That is the end of our lesson today, our first class today. So what have you learned today? You have learned about formal and informal greetings. You have learned several ways of introducing your name. You have learned several ways of introducing where you're from, to talk about your job, to talk about your family and maybe your pets, and also to talk about your hobbies. And you also learn that in the real situation, we don't actually talk about our age, but I have taught you anyway how to say your age. And there are a few things that you've learned also today. For example, good day and good night. You've learned how to use it and not to use it. And that is it for today with English with Mama Echi. I hope you've learned about how to introduce yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And I shall see you in the next lesson. Thank you. Bye bye.